What if you had one chance to change your life forever? One competition. Hundreds of opponents. Every challenge eliminating more and more players. And at the end, a chance to win $456,000. Welcome back, everyone. If you love MrBeast, massive competitions, incredible challenges, and behind-the-scenes analysis of the world's biggest YouTube videos, you're in the right place. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like on this video. It helps us create more in-depth reviews of the biggest viral videos on YouTube. Now let's dive into one of the most expensive and ambitious YouTube productions ever created. The biggest YouTube recreation ever. MrBeast didn't simply make another challenge video. He recreated the famous competition from Squid Game with remarkable attention to detail. The colorful staircases, the giant doll, the enormous game arenas, the costumes, the dramatic music. Everything was designed to capture the look and feel of the series, while transforming it into a family-friendly competition with real cash prizes. Instead of 456 fictional contestants competing for survival, 456 real people competed for $456,000. That alone made this project one of the largest creator-led productions ever released on YouTube. Red light, green light. The competition begins with all 456 contestants entering the massive playground. Immediately, viewers are greeted by the iconic giant doll. Just like in the original series, players must move only when green light is called and freeze instantly during red light. Unlike the TV drama, eliminated contestants are simply removed from the game instead of facing harm. Even so, the pressure is intense. People panic. Some freeze too early. Others lose their balance. Some are eliminated just inches from safety. By the end of the opening challenge, only 232 contestants remain. From a review perspective, this opening is brilliantly paced. The editing keeps the tension high while making it easy to follow dozens of contestants at once. Honeycomb Challenge. The second game shifts from speed to patience. Contestants must carefully carve shapes from delicate honeycomb cookies. It sounds simple, until the cookie begins to crack. The camera repeatedly focuses on nervous faces, shaking hands, and tiny mistakes. The suspense works because the challenge is relatable. Anyone watching can imagine how difficult it would be under pressure. After this round, only 142 contestants survive. Tug of war. Now the competition changes completely. Players must build teams and trust one another. Strength matters. Communication matters. Timing matters. MrBeast's production shines here because the giant set makes every match feel enormous. The scale of the arena adds excitement that resembles a television game show rather than a typical YouTube video. When the challenge ends, only 60 players remain. The tournament suddenly feels much more personal. Marbles. This is perhaps the most emotional part of the competition. Friends who work together throughout the event must suddenly compete against one another. Only one person from each pair can continue. The review highlights how this challenge changes the tone of the video. Instead of focusing only on competition, it introduces real emotion. Viewers begin supporting individual contestants rather than simply watching games. It's a clever storytelling decision that increases audience engagement. Dodgy. With only a handful of players remaining, every small advantage becomes important. Contestants compete to determine the order for the next game. Although this round is shorter, it creates suspense because players understand that position can make a huge difference later. The field narrows to the final 16 competitors. Glass bridge. This is one of the most visually impressive moments in the video. Contestants must cross a bridge while guessing which glass panels are safe. Luck becomes just as important as strategy. Every step creates suspense. Every correct decision brings cheers. Every mistake changes the outcome. The production quality here is exceptional, with dramatic camera angles, lighting, and editing creating genuine excitement. The final challenge. The last 6 contestants enter a fast-paced game inspired by musical chairs. Unlike previous rounds, there are no teams, no alliances, no second chances. Every decision matters. The tension builds with each elimination until only one contestant remains. Player 079 wins the grand prize of $456,000, while the runner-up receives $10,000. It's a satisfying conclusion that rewards persistence and composure under pressure. Final review. From a production standpoint, this video demonstrates what modern YouTube entertainment can achieve. The enormous sets, careful editing, large cast, creative challenges, and fast pacing keep viewers engaged from beginning to end. Rather than simply copying Squid Game, MrBeast adapts its game concepts into a real-world competition that is suitable for a broad audience. Whether you're interested in filmmaking, YouTube production, or large-scale challenge videos, this project offers plenty to appreciate. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which challenge do you think was the hardest? And if you had been contestant number 079, do you think you could have survived every round to win the $456,000 prize? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. Today, you're going to compete against 455 other people, and if you outlast everyone, you'll win $456,000. Most of us would probably say, "Where do I sign?" Now imagine the competition is inspired by one of the biggest TV shows in the world. Massive sets, hundreds of contestants, Hollywood-level cameras, thousands of lights, an enormous production crew, and one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet making it all happen. That's exactly what MrBeast attempted, and it's one of the most ambitious creator projects ever uploaded to YouTube. Welcome back, everyone. If you love giant YouTube challenges, behind-the-scenes analysis, filmmaking breakdowns, and entertaining reviews with a bit of humor, you're in the right place. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel, and it lets me keep making long-form reviews of the biggest videos on YouTube. Now, let's talk about why this video became a global phenomenon. Why everyone was talking about this video. The first thing that impressed me wasn't even the games. It was the scale. YouTube has changed dramatically over the years. It used to be simple. A camera. A bedroom. A microphone that sounded like it came from inside a potato. And somehow, millions of views. Fast forward to today, and creators are building productions that look closer to blockbuster television than traditional YouTube videos. MrBeast has been one of the biggest reasons for that change. Instead of asking, "How can I make a video?" he asks, "How can I make something people have never seen before?" That mindset is what separates huge creators from everyone else. The first impression. Within the opening moments, the production immediately feels enormous. The sets are colorful. The lighting is cinematic. The camera movement is smooth. The editing is fast without becoming confusing. Most importantly, you instantly understand the goal. Win the games. Stay in the competition. Earn life-changing money. Simple. That clarity is one reason the video keeps people watching. Nobody is confused. Everyone understands what's at stake. Why the prize matters. Let's be honest. $456,000 is an unbelievable amount of money. For some people, that could buy a house. For others, it could eliminate years of debt. Some contestants probably imagined helping their families. Others dreamed of starting businesses. Some simply wanted financial freedom. That emotional connection makes viewers care about the outcome. Without saying much, the prize itself becomes another character in the story. The secret ingredient, storytelling. Here's something many people don't notice. This isn't just a competition. It's storytelling. Every challenge answers a question. Who survives? Who stays calm? Who cracks under pressure? Those questions keep viewers watching. It's exactly the same reason sports finals are exciting. Nobody knows the ending. My favorite part of the production. Personally, I loved how easy it was to follow hundreds of contestants. Think about that. There are more than 400 people on screen. Normally, that would be complete chaos. But thanks to smart editing, contestant numbers, close-up shots, reaction cameras, and quick explanations, you never feel lost. That's much harder to accomplish than it looks. Great editing often goes unnoticed because it feels effortless. A little humor. Now imagine if I joined this competition. Challenge starts. Everyone looks confident. People stretching. People planning strategy. Meanwhile, I'm still wondering where the snack table is. The announcer says, "Red light." And I'd probably freeze because I was busy deciding whether lunch was included. Needless to say, I don't think I'd be winning $456,000 anytime soon. Why this video feels different. A lot of challenge videos repeat the same formula. 10 people. 1 winner. Done. This video feels different because every round changes the atmosphere. Early on, it's exciting. Later, it becomes tense. Near the end, every decision suddenly feels important. That's smart pacing. Instead of keeping the same energy throughout, the video keeps evolving. The power of simplicity. One thing I really appreciate is how easy every challenge is to understand. You don't need complicated rules. No confusing explanations. No long introductions. Watch. Understand. Enjoy. That's excellent entertainment design. Sometimes creators believe bigger means more complicated. Actually, the best ideas are often the simplest. What makes people stay until the end? This is a question every creator should ask. Why don't viewers click away? I think there are several reasons. First, the editing constantly moves forward. Second, every challenge feels different. Third, the contestants become more interesting as the competition gets smaller. Fourth, there's always another surprise waiting. That's audience retention in action. The money isn't the only reward. Winning the prize is obviously incredible. But participating alone would be unforgettable. Imagine telling your friends years later, "I competed in one of the biggest YouTube productions ever made." That's a story you'd probably tell for the rest of your life. Lessons for small creators. Here's something important. Don't think you need millions of dollars to make good content. Most creators can't build giant game arenas. Most creators can't invite hundreds of contestants. And that's okay. The real lesson isn't the budget. It's the planning, the pacing, the storytelling, the personality. Those things matter far more than expensive equipment. A great idea filmed with a phone can outperform an expensive idea that's boring. That's something every new YouTuber should remember. Final thoughts for part 1. So far, this video succeeds because it combines simple game concepts with outstanding production and clear storytelling. It's entertaining even if you've never watched the original television series. And it proves that YouTube has become a platform capable of producing events that millions of people around the world watch together. But we're only getting started. In the next part, we'll break down the individual challenges, discuss what made each one entertaining from a viewer's perspective, talk about the editing tricks that built suspense, and look at the production decisions that kept audiences engaged all the way to the finish. So don't go anywhere. The biggest moments are still ahead. Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly on the cheapest airplane in the world, and then compare it with a private jet that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's the idea behind one of MrBeast's most ambitious travel videos. Instead of focusing only on luxury, the video explores the huge range of flying experiences, from extremely basic transportation to some of the most exclusive aircraft available. What makes the concept interesting isn't just the price tags. It's seeing how dramatically the experience changes as the budget increases. Comfort, privacy, service, space, and even entertainment all evolve with each step up. One thing that stands out is the production quality. The pacing is fast, the editing keeps the energy high, and each new aircraft introduces a different visual experience. Rather than spending too long in one place, the video keeps moving, giving viewers a sense of progression from simple travel to extraordinary luxury. The luxury flights raise an interesting question. At what point do you stop paying for transportation and start paying for an experience? Features like private suites, personal service, spacious lounges, and premium dining transform the aircraft into something closer to a flying hotel than a traditional airplane. The private aviation sections are especially eye-catching because they showcase amenities that most travelers never see. While these aircraft represent a tiny part of the aviation world, they highlight how different private travel can be from commercial flying. The blimp segment also changes the pace of the video. It introduces a slower, more scenic experience and adds variety instead of focusing only on increasingly expensive airplanes. That shift helps keep the overall story fresh. From a creator's perspective, one of the biggest lessons is how the video uses escalation. Every new segment feels bigger than the last, giving viewers a reason to keep watching. It's a simple storytelling technique. Each chapter raises the stakes. Another reason the video works is accessibility. Even though most viewers will never fly on ultra-luxury aircraft, almost everyone has flown, or hopes to fly, at some point. That familiar starting point makes the comparisons engaging. Overall, this is more than a showcase of expensive transportation. It's an entertaining exploration of how travel experiences can vary across different price levels, presented with high production value and a clear sense of progression. Whether you're interested in aviation, filmmaking, or YouTube production, there are useful lessons in pacing, presentation, and audience engagement. What do you think? If someone handed you a free ticket, would you choose the world's cheapest flight just for the story? Or would you jump straight into the most luxurious private jet? You wake up tomorrow morning, check your phone, and someone sends you a message. Pack your bags. Today you're flying. Sounds exciting, right? But then, they don't tell you what kind of airplane. Maybe it's the smallest aircraft you've ever seen. Maybe it's first class. Or maybe, just maybe, you're about to step onto one of the most luxurious private jets on Earth. That simple question instantly grabs your attention. And that's exactly why this concept is so powerful. Welcome back, everyone. If you enjoy giant YouTube challenges, travel videos, luxury experiences, aviation facts, and behind-the-scenes creator analysis, you're in the right place. Before we start, take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep making long-form reviews of the biggest YouTube videos from around the world. Now, let's talk about why millions of people couldn't stop watching this aviation adventure. A simple idea that everyone understands. One of my favorite things about successful YouTube videos is that you understand the idea in just a few seconds. No complicated rules. No long explanations. Just one question. What happens if you compare the cheapest way to fly with some of the most luxurious flying experiences money can buy? That's it. Simple. But incredibly interesting. As humans, we naturally love comparisons. Cheap versus expensive. Small versus huge. Normal versus extraordinary. That's why these concepts perform so well online. Even if you've never flown before, you immediately become curious. Why we love watching luxury. Let's be honest for a second. Most of us will probably never own a private jet. Most people won't book ultra-luxury flights worth tens of thousands of dollars. But we still enjoy watching them. Why? Because it's like taking a virtual vacation. For a few minutes, we get to experience something completely outside our normal lives. That's the magic of YouTube. It allows viewers to explore places they may never visit and experiences they may never have. The first impression. The pacing is one of the biggest strengths. Instead of spending 10 minutes explaining the trip, the video gets moving almost immediately. That matters. Online audiences have short attention spans. If nothing interesting happens during the first 30 seconds, many viewers leave. Strong creators understand this. They give you a reason to stay right away. A little humor. Now imagine me trying to board one of these luxury flights. The flight attendant smiles and says, "Welcome aboard." Meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out which button reclines the seat. 5 minutes later, I've accidentally turned on the reading light, pressed the call button, opened the tray table, and somehow managed to lock myself in the bathroom. Not exactly luxury. More like controlled confusion. When transport becomes an experience. Here's something interesting. At a certain point, flying stops being just transportation. Instead, it becomes entertainment. Think about it. A normal flight gets you from one city to another. A luxury flight tries to make the journey memorable. That's an important difference. The destination is the same. The experience is completely different. Storytelling through escalation. One reason videos like this hold attention is escalation. Every chapter promises something bigger. Not because the audience needs expensive things, but because people enjoy discovering what comes next. Creators often call this raising the stakes. Each new section gives viewers another reason to keep watching. It's a storytelling technique that works in travel videos, documentaries, game shows, and even movies. What makes people click? Let's imagine the thumbnail. A tiny airplane on one side. A giant luxury jet on the other. Huge numbers. Big reactions. Even before clicking, your brain starts asking questions. Which one is better? Is the expensive one really worth it? How different can flying actually be? That's curiosity. And curiosity drives clicks. The power of visuals. Travel content succeeds because it's visual. Beautiful airports. Massive aircraft. Comfortable cabins. Wide landscapes. Every location feels fresh. Even if nobody said a single word, many viewers would still enjoy looking around. Great visuals can tell a story all by themselves. Is more money always better? Here's an interesting question. Does spending 10 times more always give you 10 times a better experience? Not necessarily. Sometimes, the biggest improvements come early. A little extra comfort can make a huge difference. Beyond that, the upgrades become more about exclusivity than necessity. That's something worth thinking about whenever we see luxury products. Lessons for content creators. If you're a small YouTuber watching videos like this, don't focus only on the budget. Instead, study the structure. Notice how every few minutes something new happens. Notice how the pacing keeps moving. Notice how the concept is easy to explain. Those lessons don't require millions of dollars. They require planning. Aviation is fascinating. Airplanes have always captured people's imagination. They're engineering marvels. Think about it. A machine weighing many tons lifts into the sky and safely carries people across oceans in just a few hours. That's incredible when you stop to think about it. Luxury aircraft simply add another layer of design and comfort to an already amazing achievement. What would you choose? Let's make this interactive. If someone gave you a free ticket today, which would you choose? A simple flight that gets you there quickly? Or a luxury experience where the journey becomes the main event? There's no wrong answer. Some people value speed. Others value comfort. Some just want the window seat. And some of us are happy as long as the snacks keep coming. Final thoughts for part 1. The biggest takeaway isn't that luxury is exciting. It's that great storytelling can make almost any topic entertaining. A simple idea, clear progression, strong editing, and genuine curiosity are enough to keep millions of viewers engaged. That's a lesson every creator can learn, whether they're making travel videos, gaming content, cooking tutorials, or football news. In the next part, we'll explore what makes different kinds of air travel feel unique, discuss the psychology behind luxury experiences, look at how creators keep audiences invested from start to finish, and dive deeper into what this kind of content teaches us about modern YouTube. So stay tuned. No boarding pass required. No security line. And thankfully, nobody is asking us to remove our shoes. Today, we're continuing our journey by talking about something almost everyone has experienced at least once: the excitement of flying. For some people, flying is routine. For others, it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. And that's one reason aviation videos attract such a huge audience. They tap into a sense of curiosity and possibility. Why airports feel different. Think about the feeling of walking into an airport. People are saying goodbye. Others are reuniting with family. Some are heading on vacation. Some are traveling for work. Some are nervous because it's their very first flight. Airports are full of stories before the airplane even leaves the ground. That emotional backdrop makes travel content naturally engaging. The dream of flying. As kids, many of us looked up whenever we heard an airplane overhead. We'd stop what we were doing and watch it disappear into the clouds. There was always one question. I wonder where it's going. That curiosity never really disappears. It simply grows with us. Travel videos remind us of that feeling. It's not just about money. When people see luxury travel, the first thing they notice is often the price. But I think there's a more interesting question. What are you actually paying for? Is it the food? The seat? The privacy? The service? Or maybe it's something less tangible, like peace and comfort. Luxury often isn't about reaching the destination faster. It's about changing how the journey feels. My imaginary first-class experience. Now let me be honest. If someone upgraded me to an ultra-luxury seat tomorrow, I'd spend the first 10 minutes pressing every button just to see what it does. Oh, this one reclines. Oh, this one controls the lights. Wait, did I just call the flight attendant again? At that point, they'd probably know my name before the plane even took off. The science of comfort. Comfort isn't just about soft seats. Small details make a huge difference. A little more space. Less noise. Better lighting. A good meal. Even being able to stretch your legs can completely change how you feel after a long flight. These little improvements add up over several hours. That's why different travel experiences can feel so different, even if the destination is exactly the same. The power of comparison. One of the smartest things about comparison videos is that they encourage viewers to make their own judgments. Instead of saying, "This is the best," they ask, "What do you think? Would you rather save money or enjoy more comfort?" Everyone has a different answer. That naturally creates discussion in the comments. What makes a video rewatchable? Some YouTube videos are fun once. Others are enjoyable again and again. Why? Because viewers aren't just watching for information. They're watching for entertainment, humor, reactions, surprises, good editing. That's what keeps people coming back. The art of pacing. Notice how successful creators rarely stay on one topic for too long. Every few minutes, something changes. A new location. A new challenge. A new visual. A new conversation. This constant movement keeps your brain engaged. It's like turning the pages of a good book. You always want to know what's next. Every creator can learn from this. You don't need a private jet. You don't need a massive budget. What you need is a clear idea, a beginning, a middle, an ending, and enough personality to make viewers want to spend time with you. That's something every creator can improve. Let's talk about filmmaking. Travel videos often look effortless. In reality, they're anything but. Think about everything happening behind the scenes. Camera operators, audio technicians, producers, editors, lighting specialists, scheduling, transportation, safety planning, travel coordination. Even a short travel video can involve weeks of preparation before the first camera starts recording. That's worth appreciating. My favorite part of travel content. Personally, my favorite part isn't always the luxury. It's seeing places I've never visited. Different airports, different aircraft, different cultures. Travel reminds us how big the world really is. And that's exciting. What if you had an unlimited travel budget? Here's a fun question. Imagine someone gave you unlimited money for one trip. Where would you go? Tokyo? Paris? Dubai? New York? Sydney? Or maybe you'd take a round-the-world adventure just because you could. Travel isn't only about spending money. It's about collecting experiences and memories. The emotional side of travel. Sometimes, the most meaningful journeys have nothing to do with luxury. Flying home to see family. Attending a wedding. Graduating from university. Taking your first vacation after years of hard work. Travel often marks important moments in our lives. That's why aviation content resonates with so many people. Why people love watching big projects. Large-scale YouTube productions create a sense of wonder. Viewers start asking questions. How did they organize this? How many people worked on it? How long did filming take? That curiosity adds another layer to the experience. Sometimes we're just as interested in the production as the main topic itself. Final thoughts for part 2. At its heart, this kind of content isn't really about airplanes. It's about curiosity. It's about seeing experiences that most of us don't encounter in everyday life. It's about combining travel, entertainment, storytelling, and filmmaking into something that millions of people enjoy together. And maybe that's the biggest lesson of all. People don't just watch because something is expensive. They watch because they're curious to see what happens when ordinary experiences become extraordinary.